Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a drugstore holiday makeup tutorial, so let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to start with the brows. So I'm going to be using this NYX Tame Frayed Pomade, and I'm just using a spoolie and an angled brush. You can use any that you like, but basically I'm just filling in my brows with this. This is the only thing I'm going to use for my brows, and I highly recommend this one because it actually keeps your brows like in place the whole entire day without having to be worried if it's going to, be removed or anything. So highly recommend it. It's one of my favorites. Now grabbing this HD eyeshadow base from NYX, I'm going to go ahead and apply this all over my entire lid, and then with my finger I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out. Now grabbing this eyeshadow palette from NYX, this one is the Avant Pop eyeshadow palette. I'm going to first take this little light peachy color, just a little, transition color, that way it's easier for us to blend out later on the shadows. But I'm going to go ahead and place this on my crease, and I'm just going to be blending it back and forth in my crease. You can use any fluffy brush. The one I'm using here today is the one from Real Techniques, and it's actually a pretty new brush to me. It was the first time using it, and I really love it. Like, I feel like I just found my new crease brush. But then after that, I'm going to take a setting spray, or either if you have the Max Fix Plus, that works too. But I'm going to go ahead and take this shimmery eyeshadow and place it on my lid. But I noticed that with the brush, I wasn't getting as much pigment as I wanted. So I actually ended up using my finger, even though the eyeshadow was already still wet because we used the, the setting spray. So highly recommend you use your finger. It's so much easier. But after you're done placing that eyeshadow, you want to grab your blending brush and make sure you blend out your crease. Then going back to the palette, we're going to take a dark brown eyeshadow, and I'm going to be placing this on the outer part of your eye. It's just a simple eye makeup, the easy 3 steps to eyeshadows. It's really simple and easy, so anybody can actually do this makeup without having to struggle with it. But basically just want to place it on the outer part of your eye. Now grabbing a really light shade, we're going to be popping this on right underneath our eyebrows. That way it could kind of like highlight right under there and just looks really pretty. And then obviously make sure you grab your blending brush again, and you want to blend that out once again. Now grabbing a black eyeliner, you can completely skip this whole step, but I really wanted to go all out with this because, it's the holidays, you want to look really glamorous. So obviously I'm doing a wing liner here. I do have a full tutorial of how to do that, so if you guys are interested in learning, I will have that link down below. But then moving on, we're going to grab our mascara and prepare our lashes for the falsies. And for the falsies, I did end up using some really new lashes that are new for me. These are the Ardell 113 lashes, that they're so wispy and long and just very natural looking. Like, you guys know me, I always go dramatic, but these lashes, I don't know, they were just really calling my name. I really liked them. I really wanted to give them a try, and I really love them. Like, they're so pretty, but I did use a little bit of mascara just to blend in my real lashes with the falsies. And then after that, we're gonna move on to our face. So using this primer from Loreal, it's the Base Perfecting Primer. This one I highly recommend it if you want to, smooth canvas to work on with it whenever you're going to use the foundation. But the foundation I am using today is from Maybelline, and it's the Matte and Poreless foundation, and I am blending this with a Real Techniques complexion brush, which is one of my favorite ways to apply any foundation. And then for my concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind. Now I'm using the shade Fair, and I know a lot of you tell me that it's a little too light, but sometimes it's because of the light, the way it's showing in the videos. But I promise you, it does not look light. Once I add the powder, it actually doesn't even look like that. But this is the powder I used today, which is the Infallible Pro Matte powder, and I really love it and highly recommend it. It actually does keep me matte for a good few hours, so I'm just dusting this all over my entire face. But now to bronze up my face, I'm using this L'Oreal True Match powder in the color Cappuccino. I find that this is the best way to bronze up my face because I don't really like the other drugstore bronzers because they have a lot of shimmer in them, but this one's really nice and it does perfect with bronzing. And I'm just using an angled elf brush, that way I could just apply it easily. But for my blush, I am using this one from L'Oreal, and it's in the color Apricot Kiss, and I'm applying this with the elf blush brush right on top of my bronzer. And then grabbing a NYX number 4 brush, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out everything, that way everything looks super smooth, doesn't look super harsh or anything. So definitely make sure to blend everything out. Then for my highlighter, I'm using this Makeup Revolution in the color Golden Lights, which obviously I am obsessed with. I mean, it's super pigmented, so good. Like, what can I say? Once you try it out, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. You're gonna fall in love with it. But moving back to the eyes, I'm using this black eyeliner from MUA, and I'm just gonna go ahead and place this on my waterline and also my tight line. And then I'm gonna grab the dark brown eyeshadow again and apply this on my lower lash line. That way we could, you know, make it a little more smoky. And I'm using this Real Techniques accent brush to apply it. And then next, grabbing my mascara once again, I'm gonna go ahead and coat my bottom lashes. That way it finishes off the whole look. But now for my lips, I'm going to be using this Loreal Zoe Lipstick, and I really love it. I feel like it's a perfect color for the holidays, but I did want it a little darker, and since I don't really have another lipstick from the drugstore that's really dark like the one I wanted, I did add this gloss from NYX, which is Black Cherry, which of course it wasn't even showing. But after that, we are all done with this tutorial. I really hope you guys liked it, and if you did, don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up. And well, with that, my loves, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye! Mwah!